Okay, so first is the spouse comes first, and you have to always take the side of the spouse, even if your spouse is wrong, and after you can discuss it later. But the spouse is first, then comes the children. If your parents want to teach the children a certain way, and you don't want, they don't have the right to say anything. It's your children. They can give advice, but you choose at the end. So first it's you, and it's very important. There's a big problem when we get children, is that we transform ourselves into parents, and we forget about being a couple. Because that's why I tell a teacher, don't have, depending, every case is different, but don't necessarily have children right away, because you won't have time to learn to be a couple. You have to learn. In the past, I would the psak from some rabbis is 2 years, to wait 2 years if you're a young couple, because then in 2 years you have time to build yourself, to build your marriage to become really.
What's a young couple?
What?
What's a young
until
couple?
Until 25 years old it's young, and then after that it's.
You got no time. You got
no, but I'm saying for the children.
No, I know. I'm saying after 25.
After 25, I don't think you should wait too long to have children.
That's because for women,
every case is
at some point it's impossible. It's really hard to have
risky
a child.
Right, it's more risky.
Scientifically, at some point it's hard to have a child.
Right. It's hard later. But you don't want to wait. Meaning when you're gonna get older, you don't want to wait too long for children. Anyway, the idea is first is to have the spouse, and not to let the parents-children relationship become get on the way, and you forget to become a couple and go out. Every healthy couple has to go out, and if you always we get the routine of life, and you get settled in your home with the kids, and then you don't take care of being. You don't seduce each other anymore. You don't show love anymore like you used to. You don't. Right. It's right. So first is the spouse, then the kids, and then the in-laws, and the in-laws are the parents. Actually your
parents' parents.
Your own parents, in-laws. But okay, that's for that. And the number 13, the last one is it was what is the number one reason for divorce by Bukhans and by Americans, and how do you plan to deal with it? It's important you ask this question to the person you are dating. You have to be aware. So by how would you deal with that issue? With the in-laws.
The parents getting too involved, or the in-laws getting too involved?
How do you ask that question?
No, you see, what do you think should be done so that we don't get to that wrong? So it's a fact. It's a fact that this is how it's done. So it's more about balance. What? Right.
Right.
But stay far away from.
Even then, it's still.
So you have to. First of all, most of the time, most couples they live a block away, sometimes on the same floor, sometimes the same house. This is not healthy at all, guys. It's not meant to be like that. It doesn't mean you can be walking distance and someone will be walking distance for Shabbat. That's when you have a good relationship. You have to create something. You have to check together. It has to be a common decision between both of you. See how much time you want to spend with your in-laws, how much time you want to spend with your parents, so that you don't have them too involved with your life. The most important thing is never involve them in problems. Just tell them only the good news. Hi, we had a baby. Or hi. Oh, really? We didn't know you were pregnant. No, not that much. Wow. But why? Oh, well, we're doing this, and but don't speak about anything negative, because then the parents are gonna turn against the other. You're hurting my child, right? And it's the wrong mode. So that's
how they get involved.
Right, they get involved and all that, and that's the word. The parents are not meant to be therapists, are meant to be psychologists, a social worker. Parents is meant to just stay parents. And it's enough of a big title.
Is a social worker.
What?
Or a psychologist.
What?
How about if your parent
That's even worse. You don't talk to them at all. No, just kidding. Yeah. No, you need to talk of your problems. Come to the rabbi. Choose a third party social worker or someone that you can discuss.
That's actually in the ethical code that if there's like a conflict of interest, you're not supposed to take on the client. So if you have a psychologist parent, if they're following the code of ethics, then they'll refer you to someone else.
Yes, exactly.
But like, you know the person, you probably shouldn't need to do it.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. You need someone who's like a neutral third party.
So now, I want to see. I know it changes all the time. I want to see what number one reason for divorce by Americans. Last time I checked, it was very bad communication. Money is also an issue. Let's see. Number one reason for divorce in America. Well, we didn't finish the whole thing. It's why it's trying to protect the Americans.
Right.
In China. In America. Hi Eric, how are you? Yeah, on your left. Yeah. Okay, let's see. It gives the top 10 reasons. Well, let's take the first one.
What is it, marriage class?
Yeah.
Right on time.
Right on time. Well, we're about to finish. Okay, here's the 10 reasons. Lack of communication.
For what?
Like the 10 top reasons for divorce in America.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So.
What does that mean?
Meaning the lack of communication.
Yes.
Lack of communication. It's he's trying to. For example, say he doesn't love me. Say, what do you mean? I'm doing this and that. I'm showing love. Say, no, you're not showing that. That's not love. So what do you mean? It was what's love? And she said, this is love. No, but that's not love. Each one has a different way how to, and that's one of the big things I want to discuss at some point. Maybe next time we'll see. It's the language of love, and it's very important to learn about the language of love because men and women love differently. And if you love a woman like you love like a man, meaning if you love a woman like you think
like your friend.
You should love,
right?
You think it's like a body. Hey, how are you? I love you. Yeah, you know. No, women don't want to be like, hey, you know. No, you don't do that to a woman. Right. So you have to learn the way and this I can tell you guys that it's all the time. The woman say he doesn't show me love, and the guy tells me I'm doing everything. I'm like I'm doing this to show love.
I'm bringing the money.
What?
I'm bringing the money.
Exactly. I'm bringing the money. Like I'm doing this for her. I bought her Lexus, and I bought a new house. Exactly. And the woman say that's not love. That he does it for himself.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't care. He doesn't bring
attention.
Right. Attention. Right. Attention.
You need to be listened to.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. So number 2 is finances. So that can be a problem. Not learning how to balance the money. Finances. Money. Feeling constrained. Trust. Expectation from each other. Your spouse doesn't understand for your needs and desire. That's connected to communication. Quick change.
3, 4, and 5 all connected to 1?
Yeah, they are.
Similar?
Yeah.
According to the way you defined it.
Right. Quick change in lifestyle, insecurity, religious and cultural differences, sometimes, right, and abuse, obviously. So very important that to be aware of that. Okay. So what I want to.
So what's number 3, Rabbi?
Well, there was a whole list. There was trust. There was lack of communication.
I have another question.
Yes.
And again, I apologize. It may be like too much, right?
Never too much. Steroids, endless.
Right. So why would Hashem make this like so difficult that a guy would need to get, and everyone would need to get, like you said, a PhD in relationships? Shouldn't it be like intuitive, right? Like if we're supposed to, have like yichud with Hashem in this world, to reach out, to have that relationship, why make it so difficult to communicate and?
It's well, a little bit like Joshua said, is that the harder you work on something, the more pleasure you get from it. This whole world is based on working in order to get the reward, so to speak.
Right. But then you end up with a divorce rate for all those reasons, because it's like
but
is that really true?
Yeah. Most couples don't work on their marriage.
Right.
Most couples
a lot of people they get like a problem and then like
the first thing
they give up.
You know what's the real reason?
Like a marriage counselor, they just like.
No, you know what's the first real reason? The real reason is that as human, the first real reason is that as human beings, we don't work ourselves. Right. We don't have a plan to work ourselves. How many people you can? You know what was my dream is to be in a society when you go out and you can ask anybody, hey, what are you working on this week?
Yeah.
Or today?
Yeah.
Oh, today I'm working on anger. Oh, really? That's cool. Wow. I'm also working on anger. What tools are you using? Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, cool. That's good. Ask anybody, right?
Slappy.
Yeah, nobody knows that Judaism is supposed to be a society, a way of life where we're constantly working on our character traits. Sure. So if you're in a mindset where it's all about refining myself, working on my character traits, then it should come naturally to work in your marriage. And the Messiah Shisharim says like that, Path of the Just from the Ramchal. He says, we have those innate good things in us, but they are not enough to not necessitate work and tools in order to expand them and to become better and grow. And that's our main thing. Let's remember that Rabbi Chaim Vital and the Arizal and all the big rabbis and the Kabbalists, they all say the number one thing, what's even more important than mitzvot, is the character traits.
Sure.
It's the foundation. And someone that have do all the mitzvot in the world, so religious, but has no character traits, God is not interested. Right? And the same thing in the marriage. You can do everything, all the commandments of marriage. Yeah, bring flowers, do this, bring the food, all that, and you don't work on love, the character traits, meaning the relationship, and then it has no value. Mm-hmm. So that's really what we have to focus on, and if we do that, we'll be successful, we'll have love, but that's really, I think from all the question, it's really the mindset. If you can go enter in a relationship and a marriage, and your main mantra, your main goal is like, okay, we're going to be working on a marriage. This year we're going to do a seminar. Next year we're going to go in the Emet Couples Shabbaton. And next year we're going to meet 10 times with Rabbi G to work on this. And then the year after we're going to go on a seminar in in Dominican Republic, how to be romantic with your spouse, whatever. I'm just making things up, but the idea is like you have to be constantly working, and the process of working. Then if you do that, you'll have Olam Haba. This is, by the way, this is the most important thing. Each time you work on your character traits, this is what your Olam Haba is, more than anything else.
Character trait.
Yeah. If you work on yourself and changing how you are, this is the greatest part of Olam Haba, because the hardest thing to do is to change our character traits. This is the greatest part of Olam Haba, more than the mitzvot. It says, right, it's harder to change one character than to learn the whole Talmud. The rabbi says that. This is the main thing.
Talmud's pretty hard, I don't know.
It's very hard. It's very hard. And not only that, Chazal say, oh, you can do chesed all over. You don't do chesed with your wife.
Right.
All the chesed out there doesn't count.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
It's scary.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious.
Makes sense.
Because, oh, it's very nice outside, he's nice.
Right.
Oh, it's a nice show. And we are home,
right.
and it's hard work, and you're with the same person, and now it's real giving. It's real giving. Now you're retested. So
now you're being tested.
How are you going to be tested?
Now you're being tested.
Now you're really being tested if your chesed was real chesed. There's a lot of people, they help all around. When they come home, oh, I did a lot of chesed, darling, take care of me now. No.
That's if you're in the Bukharian house.
Right. So I wish everybody, that they can be aware of that, and if when you date and you discuss about that a lot, that concept, and you have a lot of chance to be successful and to marry the right person and together to achieve super Jewish love.
Thank you.
Thank you.